Hi, good afternoon. My name's Kenshi Ragsdale. I'm sure many of you already know that, but I'm here to, as a parent and an education advocate in District 3, I'm here today because I feel compelled to speak up about the anti-vaping resolution that is undoubtedly an important effort to protect our youth from a deadly addiction. But this resolution is also an important resolution because it reveals a continuing pattern of hypocrisy from board member Scott Schmerelson. Mr. Schmerelson's last annual financial disclosure form, 700, shows that he owns between $10,000 and $100,000 worth of stock in Altria, the parent company of both Philip Morris and JUUL, the world's largest manufacturer of e-cigarettes, which has been responsible for hooking a whole new generation of kids on nicotine. JUUL's primary market is kids, and they attract kids by selling thousands of fruity flavors and nicotine and also promote their products to youth on Twitter. 35,000 tweets last year, and it's working. The FDA reports that at least 27% of all high school kids and 10% of all middle school kids are already in use of e-cigarettes on a regular basis, and that 96% of all e-cigarette users are kids. So why is Mr. Schmerelson really introducing this resolution? I bet he would say because he cares about kids' health and the well-being of kids. But in October 2019, we saw the first death of a 17-year-old kid from vaping. How can Mr. Schmerelson call on other elected officials to protect his kids from vaping when he himself is personally profiting from getting kids hooked? As critical as this resolution is, it's an obvious smokescreen. Voters are scrutinizing his record because he's up for re-election, and this is an attempt to cover up his dirty investment in the company that LAUSD is actually suing. How is that not a massive conflict of interest? And this isn't the only time Mr. Schmerelson has acted, and his actions have reeked of hypocrisy. Last month, he put forth a resolution to convert LAUSD to a renewable energy, while at the same time personally profiting from big oil. He owns stock in BP, the company that caused the largest oil spill in U.S. history. Honestly, it's tough to trust anything Mr. Schmerelson does. As a lifelong Republican, he voted in the 2016 Trump primary, then registered as a Democrat in January 2018 just to get endorsements. There's really no telling who this guy is or what he'll do after the election. He's certainly no environmentalist or child health champion. Mr. Schmerelson is just blowing smoke. Until last month, he consistently voted against diversity, access, opportunity, and the needs of the most vulnerable kids in our district. Our elected leaders need to be role models and should not be sending this hypocritical message of do as I say, not as I do, when kids' lives are at stake. You don't get to just be a good guy when people are watching. Thank you for your time.
Coming from a community where this is really impactful, and having a son who went through this, and I am very happy to say that my son is now, 3 months clean from tobacco, but it was a hard struggle that he dealt with, and it's not something that he learned at home because neither I nor the dad are smokers. I applaud you on your efforts, but Mr. Schmerelson, it is very hard for our parents, and let me tell you, our parents are very knowledgeable. It is very hard for our parents to come up and trust our board members when they know the facts.